Hello boys and girls, this is JC. How are you today? We have another yo-yo review, and today is the Magic Yo-Yo Z03. They use numbers. They like to use numbers and letters to label their yo-yos, but there is a name it's called Redemption. Now, this is a bimetal yo-yo priced at $75, if I'm not mistaken. $75. And immediately, I think you kind of raise your eyebrow knowing that Magic Yo-Yo is kind of a brand known for extremely budget-friendly prices, right? They deliver, if bimetal yo-yos are 100, they would do it at 50, right? They would deliver similar quality products at a fraction of the price. But this one is priced at 75, which is close to the market price for a bimetal. So based on what I see, they write, it seems like a pretty high-end yo-yo. They're placing it like a top flagship model. But immediately, for me, it doesn't quite do it because I do care about how yo-yos look, and I feel like the aesthetics designed for a Magic Yo-Yo is just not. It just doesn't feel premium. Like it feels like a kind of. I don't know. It might be biased, but it feels kind of cheap. A lot of their design, like look at this kind of engraving, just doesn't look that good, right, compared to a lot of other brands. But I feel like that's personal opinion, personal bias, so I can't go too much into that. But I'm not a huge fan of how their yo-yos look. But aside from that, there's another reason why this is considered to be a more premium product at a premium price, because the material. See, they even say it on there just to make sure you know about it. It's a 7068, so a 7X aluminum. Now, I'm not too familiar, but I know this kind of aluminum is more expensive to produce, more difficult to anodize. And yes, at $75, if you limit the category, if you limit the classifier to be 7X aluminum, I believe the selection becomes much smaller. Yeah, I cannot think of too many yo-yos that are 7X at this price. Usually they go over 100. The only other brand I think that does it is Top-Yo. I think Top-Yo has a few similar products. But yeah, for Magic Yo-Yo to deliver something like this at $75, maybe this is already super cheap for what it is, but I'm not too sure. But looking at the construction quality, it does feel pretty excellent. If you look at the sandblasting, it's really fine. It's really it looks no different than a 6061 aluminum finish. Because usually with the 7s aluminum, it's a lot more difficult to get it consistent, as far as I can tell, or as far as I know. But yeah, everything about this yo-yo is perfect. I don't like the look, but that's just me. And if you look at the shape, this is I wouldn't say it's a very common shape. It's like almost like an undersized feel, but it's a pretty sharp V, right? That goes full size near the edges, but in the center, it's a pretty extreme hourglass shape. Now this shape there are a few yo-yos I have that are similar. That this reminds me of. One of them is the Akita, right? You can see the dimensions are extremely close. But the Redemption is even thinner, right? Yeah, the dimensions are really quite close. And the other one I think is even more similar would be the Omnitron Noah, except this one is with titanium rims. But if you look at the shape, the Omnitron Noah is just a bit wider, because titanium, you need a bigger weight ring, I think. And the Omnitron Noah is just a bit larger as well. So I think you can almost consider this Redemption to be slightly undersized compared to a regular yo-yo, like the shutter. Yeah, see, it's just a bit smaller than the shutter, but a fair bit wider. Okay, and if we talk about a flagship model, we have to talk about play, right? This is what most people care about. I talk so much about looks, but some people don't give a crap about looks. How does the yo-yo play? The yo-yo plays brilliantly. It feels like a bit of a slower Omnitron Noah, but it's stable. Like if you look at the weight distribution, these weight rings are are pretty hefty. Right, you see it wraps around, it goes around, and then it's, oh, there's also a, no, not really, but yeah, it's got this really wide weight ring, and then there's some extra bit here. Yeah, so there's a lot of rim weight. The wide weight rings combined with this extreme hourglass H shape, you're going to get a lot of rim weight, and the center part is so aggressively tapered that I feel like, yeah, this yo-yo, you look at the shape, you know this is something that's meant for competition. And that's what it is. It does everything, right? It's not a super fast, it's not a speedy yo-yo, but you can pretty much any trick you throw at it, pretty much it can handle. And with outstanding stability, right? This yo-yo is more stable in my opinion, than the Omnitron Nova and the Akita. Like in terms of stability, this one is top. Like it's not a huge difference, but I can definitely notice it. And aside from that, it's excellent for horizontal, excellent for pretty much anything, for grinds. Yeah, so it's like I don't want to like this yo-yo just because I care so much about how yo-yos look. But I have to say this is an all-rounded performer, like a top competition yo-yo at $75. So yeah. You know what it looks like when Magic Yo-Yo goes all in with no cost to spare, even though it's still pretty budget friendly, but this is probably their highest standard of production, and it's something pretty excellent. Yeah. And I just want to mention again the horizontal. The yo-yo can just, it's like, in terms of horizontal, you need the yo-yo to be able to stay on a horizontal plane. And this one just, it sits there. I believe it has to do with the shape here, the wall here. But even with the Akita, I don't feel that. But with this, I feel like you can just leave it there for a while and, drop it and then pick it up again. It will continue to, it will keep going. So yeah, it's pretty outstanding. At $75, there are, like, it kind of opens up for more competition because, for example, like their Z01, which was priced like below 50. And in that case, for a bimetal, there's not many choices in that price range. So it's kind of a no-brainer to pick it up if you're on a budget. But for this, there are other competitions. But again, in terms of the material, in terms of the build quality, I think this is second to none. I cannot think of many better choices at this price range. So yeah, I think this is something I can recommend to anyone who just wants a solid player, and just want to play with a beast of a yo-yo. The Magic Redemption. Thank you.